All right, I think this thing is working. I've had to do some adjustments on some things. Let's just make sure this baby's working okay. Good evening, everybody. All right, we are getting at the other side. And good evening, everybody. I think today is the 23rd of April, 2021. What do we have? 5 days to go in the month of April. And as I've told you guys before, April's never a great month for me. I don't know what it is. April truly is the cruelest month, and good to see everybody this evening. And those of you who will be watching on the replay, it is appreciated that you stop by and check it out. Thank you very much. Hello, John Letterman. Nice to see you. We got Shimei and Jody in tonight. Good to see you. Jody girl is in here, and Shimei, nice to see you guys. And hey, Mr. Bill, how are you? Been a deluge of comments over the last 3 days, and it's really appreciated. I'm trying to get to all of them. Hello, Red Roadrunner. Nice to see you tonight. I'm trying to get to all of the comments. Hello, Rio Bird. Hey, Jasmine. How you doing, beautiful? Nice to see you. And all the ladies, all the lovely ladies, all the lovely ladies. If you want to get put a ring on it. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Hobotron, how are you? Good to see you tonight. Just checking out the side chat here. Happy to go live tonight. Part of my commitment to do a little more live streaming. I did have a chance today. I was at work from God, I don't know, 3 till 8 a.m. this morning, and then I packed up my gear and I headed out as promised, and I did some metal detecting and then had some other activities. Okay, Josh, welcome, Amanda. And I am here with you now. So great to see everybody. Hello, Chip. How are you? So it might sound like I'm pulling third gear tonight. I don't know, but hey, Toodles, I need to get a little rested up from the road. Megan Fox, how are you, sweetie? You're the breathtaking queen. Good to see you tonight. Thank you, honey. I guess I should get less rest more often. I don't know. So it was a busy day as promised. I did get out there and do season opening metal detecting. Hey, Quirky Girl, there's my official channel mascot here on the channel. Good to see you. I had a good time today. I always have a blast when I'm metal detecting because you never know what the hell you're going to find. And for those, hey, Smelly Cat, and for those, oh, you're back, Smelly Cat, good. For those who saw the video, sponsored by the number 3, dug up a big number 3, like a brass house number placard thing. So, how you doing, Jan and Bruce, Adams Van Adventures? I had the pleasure of dinner tonight to sit down and start rolling through some of Jan and Bruce Adams' travel adventures from 2013. Specifically, I've gone past, on the way to Las Vegas, you always pass a town called Boron, Boron, and you'll pass a road called 20 Mule Team Road. And I think when I was very young, there was a TV series called Death Valley Days, and it was sponsored by Borax and 20 Mule Team. So, hey, Butterfly. There was a nice video. Of course, there were many boron mines around, but that was a nice video that Jan put together. And then I went back a little further and saw that they had visited a Japanese World War II internment camp, which I found very interesting too. So good stuff, always rolling on that channel. Great stuff. Listened every night for myself. It's just hard to participate. Well, you know, Caitlin's running for governor. I guess they'll be pulling out my video I did a couple weeks ago, right? I hope, I don't want to say I hope that she rises above, you know, issues of being transgender and runs on a broad platform. Okay, I don't like it when there's single issue candidates. I don't like that at all. So I talked to Rich Life today. John, good to see you. Thank you. did hear from him today. So Smelly Cat is back in the fold. I said boron. Boron is one of the elements of the earth. If you go to your periodic table of the elements, you will find, I believe it's B. Oh, I can't be sure. Uh, nothing against Kate, nothing against Caitlyn Jenner. I just like it when it's very easy to stand up there as a candidate and say, "Hey, equality for all matters," and blah blah blah. Man, that's not going to put the letter in the mailbox. Okay, that's not going to cut it for me. Right? I've been down this road before. Hey, Penny Pincher. Hey, Valkyrie. Nice to see you, Scottish. No, I don't think I'm sad tonight. I'm probably just exhausted. I've been working a hellish work schedule lately to try to clear the decks for travel coming up. So I've been getting anywhere from 2 to 4 hours sleep at night. Hey, I hate my machine, and I'm going to return for a different one, slower than molasses. So hey, Glasgow, you decided to come out of the bushes tonight and chat. That is awesome. We're at the 5 minute mark. Just refresh your browser because of YouTube, okay, and Streamlabs. They don't seem to go well together. There's the beautiful Mandy. Glaciers move quicker. There you go. Well, it depends on your processor. Yeah, like Caitlin's tenacity. Hey, Ewell. Um, like I said, I was just entering college in 1976 for the Montreal Olympics. I clearly remember Bruce Jenner winning the decathlon, which I always favored as my favorite Olympic event of all, because you had to be good at you had to be good at 10 things. You had to reach a high level of proficiency on 10 different track and field events, and then have to run a distance race at the end of it. So I like that. Yeah, you made my day too, Scott. Let's do a write-in candidate for Rosie O'Kelly for governor. God save us, you know? Yeah, that's the year you were born, John. I was born quite a few years before that. Okay. I mean, I remember as a I would say, 5-year-old watching John F. Kennedy's funeral on a black and white TV. And the thing that always stood out to me was watching the horse going down the street with boots backwards in its saddle. It always stuck with me there. Rosie for governor. I wouldn't do that. I don't have solutions for this stuff, guys. But what I'm saying, it's very easy. And, Megan, don't kill me. Don't kill me. This might be the end of Megan on the chat here, but I don't know if Caitlyn Jenner has the intellectual chops to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm afraid people will be focused. We've been down this road before. When I first moved to California, the governor was a guy called Gray Davis. Okay, and he was about as gray and milquetoast a guy as you would ever want to see. And because he wanted to, I don't know, put the car registration tax up like tenfold or something, they gave him the royal boot. And they brought in Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was a media circus. And the state was arguably no better off with his governorship than under Gray Davis. So I'm always concerned. So how you doing, hell of alive? Thank you. Yeah, I remember Mork and Mindy. I sure do. Yeah, I remember Mork and Mindy. How you doing, Charlotte? Good to see you, sweetie. I certainly remember Mork and Mindy, Leave It to Beaver, Dennis to Menace, My Favorite Martian, Gilligan's Island. I mean, took me all the way up through the 70s. Good times. Ain't we lucky we got 'em? Ooh, good times, yeah. I remember all those. They would be decided from I don't know, Megan Fox. It's always easy to take pot shots at leadership. Okay? What's difficult is to come up with a viable platform that is more than populism. And right now, the state of California's running a tremendous surplus in the treasury, due to all the high taxes being paid by the high tech companies. There's plenty of money going around. So to me, it doesn't come down to a money issue. It comes down to management of the pandemic and things like that. Yeah, she does have an Olympic gold medal. That's what I was talking about, 167. I remember being there watching on TV that night, okay, because the decathlon was always my favorite event in the Olympics, and the women's heptathlon, and uh, Catherine Joyner, I can't remember, Kersey Joyner, yeah. Oh, well, thank you, Olivia. Well, thank you. I'm not sure what the hell this. I think it's Wet and Wild 911D. Stoplight red or something like that. Yeah, I guess I was out in the sun today. I might have a little bit of a glow. I got a good mattress topper on there. I've got 2 foam gym mats, 3-inch thick foam. Then I have a mattress topper. And yeah, I'm good to go. The comfort of the bed itself is great. It's been a pillow thing. You remember Howdy Doody? What time is it, kids? It's Howdy Doody time. My Thundercats. There's violence and teaching kids bad things nowadays in cartoons. I remember. People talking in the old days about what a bad thing it was to have the Three Stooges, right? Because they were always, hey Jennifer and hey Goldie, because they were always dishing out pain like Laurel and Hardy. It was always physical comedy. Somebody was always going to get hurt, and people were complaining about that it was teaching the younger generation about slapping and hitting and pratfalls and stuff like that. So I don't really know. Yes, at that time he was on the box of Wheaties. Yes, after I remember distinctly after the '76 Olympics seeing the Wheaties boxes with his picture with the American flag draped around his back. Yeah, Little Rascals. Hey, wait. Do, 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 do. Yesterday was your birthday. All right, Michelle. Happy birthday to you. Well, thank you, Gail. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear, dear, dear Michelle. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Ro. Let's see. Visit Las Rainbows and Pendru to be fiscal. Fiscal principle situation, right? Loving those lights. Yeah, they kind of enliven the place. I'll link a little bit. Yeah. Inglés solamente por favor. Yeah, I always loved Darla. That's the one I loved the most. I guess I just liked her little fat pudgy face with her haircut. I thought that she was so cute and adorable. I liked all the Little Rascals. I liked them all. They were funny. So I hope that you had a wonderful birthday. Been a very busy day. Yeah, I probably look a little fatigued tonight. I think I managed to get about 4 hours sleep last night, and then immediately went out doing some metal detecting, and then had to go to work again this afternoon. So yeah, well, I'm a little ragged out, but I'm feeling good because I'm basically almost cleared the decks. Now, one of the issues that was open last night on the chat was, would I re-up for another 1-year contract for the contract work I've been doing as a 1099 support contractor for a pretty medium-sized medical support company. Now, we're going to do a quick vote here, right? Those of you who think that I re-upped, put a 1. Those of you that think I told them take this job and shove it, put it 2. Cast your vote in this side chat now. I'm gonna be curious to see what you guys think. What you guys think I did. Okay. Yeah. Good evening, Barbara Ray. How are you? Yeah, Darla was precious. I just loved her. She was just, she was awesome. Scottish says that I re-up. Barbara Ray says re-up. Butterfly says re-up. Shameka, turn, you guys. Do I wear it? Yeah, Megan's like two, baby. Sorry. Hey, Princess, how you doing? Hey, Sugarcane. Damn, man. The ones are winning on here. The ones are winning. Glass Gal says it. Mandy says it too. Then I can come see you if I vote too, right, Mandy? The beautiful Mandy. Charlie Brown says too. Charla says too. Well, how you doing, Cheryl? I'm going to put you guys out of your suspense. I re-upped for another year, but with conditions written in as what's called an addendum to the contract, initialed and everything else. Number one, number one in that addendum was to try to migrate, as was promised to me last year, to try to migrate more work for remote working. The thing that I don't, the thing that I can't understand is why in the hell can every other field in the world have remote business operations? Now I know hospitals, I know medical facilities. At the point of patient service, you got to be hands-on. Bam, right there. Okay, but as far as support works, and hey, Miss Pedwina, uh, as far as the support work though, it's almost inexcusable, but it's the caboose on the train. It's at the end of the line. So nobody really gives a flying fill in the blank about it. So I was demanding that, let's see, what is, this is April 20, May, June, July 24th, which would be the first day after 3 months, that I be able to do my work remotely at least half the time. Now, that's on them to get that arranged. Okay, how you doing, Nasira? Good to see you. Hey, Teresa, good to see you. Hey, Lulu, thank you. Re-up because you need to get to so you can start. I'm already at 62. I'll be 63 in June. I feel much younger. We all say that when we're old bats, I think. But it does help pay my monthly insurance bill is horrendous, as you guys know. And I've never missed a day of school. I've never missed a day of work. I can't even remember ever being just feeling like really sick. So. Twin Sparrow says 2 to 3 years ago, the spring frost brought up an Indian head. Down in everybody needs to buy better. Yeah, metal detectors are good. Well, thank you, Our Pets and Us. All right, I like that name of the channel. So that was number one. Migrate my work to 50% off-site. Okay. You know, number two, limit my travels to 5 facilities. Okay, I don't like to occasionally have to go to Sacramento. You know, that's a drag. Okay, I don't like to occasionally have to work out at, you know, at a far place. Okay, it's not cool. All right, that was number two, and then. Number three is I wanted to limit my hours to 15 hours a week. Many of you, wait, many of you, Smelly said you got that, Andy. You guys are too sweet. I'm an old bat. Many of you have been contractors. Many of you, when you retire or whatever, you get hired back as consultants and contractors and things like that because they like your experience. They value your experience. They also value your work ethic. And I'm sure that Jan Adams can attest to that. That, like it or not, what I call the golden years generation, the baby boomers, they do have a pretty strong work ethic. Go into a Home Depot, a Lowe's, a lot of pharmacies and things. And you will find, yeah, I found the fountain of youth, right? You will find that a lot of older people man those jobs because they show up. They have, I think, a heightened sense of responsibility. And I've noticed over the last 15 years in particular that the whole shift in, you know, particularly service and retail has gone that way. Well, thank you, Smelly Cat. I can still get it on. Did you hear that, Mandy? There we go. Alan Gold says, old bat is a gross understatement. There we go. How you doing, Dreamcatcher? Love our Alan Gold. Love our Alan Gold. Nasir, we're going to have to, you know, I can't have that in the chat. I know what you're advocating for, so I'm just going to say that word within my chat is unacceptable, that term here on YouTube. So I'm going to ask my moderators just to remove you temporarily. Should you choose to come back under your original name, you will be welcome, but that is not not something that I'm an advocacy channel for. I do believe in that awareness. I do believe that it can be a problem in society, but this is not the chat to have that that kind of phraseology in here. So I appreciate that, and I hope you appreciate my stand on that. It has nothing to do with the cause. It has to do with terms and services on YouTube. Well, Ronnie says businesses used to discriminate against old people. Now they probably, well, they show up, right? They show up, they do the job, and you know, for the most part, they seem to do it well because I see the same people working down there, and the younger people, it's always like different. So I'm not saying that's across the board, but look at the stress trying to find good employees these days, right? I mean, you know, wage inflation's gone up. Thank you, Teresa. I can't have that term in my chat. Okay, that's going to be a real no-no from YouTube. It has nothing to do with Nasira, but it does have to do with trying to work that into my chat. It's just not going to happen on here. So let's see. Jan says, I did that respectfully though, Teresa. You know, Jan says Bruce worked his 6 because if he didn't get a remission on my and had to quit, I needed to be put on it. There you go, Jan. So they just don't like that word, and I'm not even monetized. It's just it's good practice, you know. It's good practice. We know what the issues are. We know, you know, we know about that topic. There is a very heightened degree of awareness of that, and I think across a lot of sections of society, that issue is being addressed and rather forcefully on that. Wade says, I tried to be as loving and positive with everyone as best I know how, and I'm always where I am not wanted. Well, I don't know. You're welcome. Hey, Aaron, you're welcome here. You're certainly welcome here. Yeah, respect is respect. I think you can do anything as long as you do it respectfully, and I think Nasira will understand my my issue on that, so I will make sure you know, my mods will one of them might fling me the channel after the chat, and I can double check and make sure it's all clear. I've had issues. Why aren't I monetized? I've had ongoing issues. There's nothing going on now because it's just a timeline. May 15th, I'm thinking everything should be resolved, okay, with several music companies. I've done a lot of vintage audio. I've had a lot of vintage audio listening experiences, repairs, hundreds of videos. And some of the music source that I use and other people that are in the vintage audio and the radio repair and the restoration business are having the same issue. Some of the creators have joined into a common music group, and they want to monetize their content, and they're trying to back monetize and put claims on videos, not just mine, but dozens of people within my community in the restoration business. The problem is when a big volume of things comes in all of a sudden, it triggers big problems with the AdSense model. Not the copyright model, but the AdSense model. It becomes a question of who gets distribution of what, and it becomes something that has to be investigated. So, according to what YouTube had told me about 3 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, is that in their opinion, that you cannot go back in time and drop a monetization claim in the past on something. So that's where we're going. So I'm a government. I work more while it remotely. Shimei works more at home. That's what I like. So that's what's going on with that. In the meantime, a little speed bump in life. I didn't really. I'm used to it. I've had problems all through the years with periodically through the year I'm not monetized at time, and this has been an ongoing issue for the better part of 16 months now, and I just want to get it resolved once and for all. But yeah, I haven't got my employer agreed to requirements. They didn't really have a choice, Rio Bird. The reason being is we're terribly short of people. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there, a lot of people have left the medical field, especially in the latter part of 2020. They judged the risks of being around patient environments, hospital environments, as too risky for them. Okay, and a lot of them have left the field and gone into other support type work. Okay, a lot of the skills are transferable, credentialing work, compliance work, things like that. Okay, and some of the people are really older people too, and they've done 2 3 years of this work, and they're tired. They want to go to Florida, they want to go to Arizona, they want to take that around the world cruise, and they're thinking, here's the kicker, they've come to the conclusion that the pandemic is easing, so they want to make sure that they're first to make the leap aboard that cruise ship. Right, aboard that Kid Rock Budweiser cruise, okay, party cruise. They want to make sure that they're the first ones on that cruise. Yeah, Jennifer says when I work from home, my phone rang from 7 to 11. Well, a lot of the stuff we do, yeah, we are fortunate, Rhonda. And a lot of things that I do are the result of not being done properly by existing staff, okay? And we're like, I don't know what you call it, like an insurance blanket, like a safety blanket on the whole operation, so you don't fall out of compliance and they don't shut down, just come through and by law have to shut the facility down or whatever. This FAA's from the Phantom 4. How you doing, Nora? Yeah, I can do some of my job remotely, and that's what I'm saying. There's no point me running around from here to there, but they just haven't fully developed that technology to do so because, in my opinion, they're lazy. They don't want to spend any money, okay? They'd rather you be on the road than have to throw money at something that's a loss center. It's not a profit center, okay? We don't generate revenue. We allow you to operate so you can generate revenue. I don't even know what you're talking about, Nora. Dave Dickey says, I work from home. I don't know, Twin Sparrow, if it's easing or not. My friend Line Screw had a video today that British Columbia is going into lockdown again. So I don't know. You and I am blonde with a yellow rose in my hair and, and 10 inches shorter. How tall do you think I am, Rhonda? Huh? How tall do you think I am? Well, thank you, Hazel. Nice to see you. Thank you, sweetie. How tall do you think I am, Rhonda? I'm curious. Just wash the gray right out of my hair. There's Ilva. Ilva, I bet you're beautiful. Yeah, there's Double D. Thank you for your wonderful comments. Double D has been an awesome addition to the channel. You couldn't pay me to go on a cruise ship. I'm a germaphobe. There you go. Figured so. Experience. Yeah, exactly. So, I'm not that tall. People think I look taller because I have long legs. So, It's more of an optical illusion. Yeah, I'm about 5 feet 6 inches tall, something like that. No, I'm 5'6". That's what I meant. With the wig, maybe 5'7". Something. Quirky's only 5'2". Dorito Bikini Fridays. No, I'm not 4'11", Alan Gold. I'm not like you, truncated all parts of your body that really count. Okay. Oh man, what's up, Janet? How you doing? Yeah, I love Yilva's been another great. There's certain people I see on the chat. My Rhonda's when she comes in. My Yilva's Silver Diamonds group been a great new addition to the channel. Janet Fields has been my wing gal for years before I even started YouTube, and Teresa, it's been so good to be, and Yilva, 2 years, Yilva. You know, and I notice when people come in, and I notice Amanda's the same way, and Brenda Stewart, I don't know where you are, Brenda. She's been very kind on the PayPal. I'm very appreciative of that. I've seen your video on metal detecting. Awesome, good score. I hope to do more of the same. Yeah, I had a lot of fun today metal detecting, and in a very small area, I pulled a lot of stuff out. Okay, I mean, if I'd been more diligent in a couple more hours, I could have tripled the take that I had there today. No, BC, just some inter-provincial travel restrictions. Okay. Illinois numbers of bug are going up, and TV news says due to mutating. It probably is. So, as I said earlier this year and in December when the numbers started going down, I'm not convinced that we're not going to have another wave of this pandemic. Remember last summer we had the same, once the mask ordinance went in and we got kicked out of Las Vegas in March and we're hightailing it home. And by about April, May, things started to go down. And guess what happened in September? Boom. Okay. This is just the summering over. What's really weird, yeah, I'm about 5 feet 6 inches tall, Rhonda. Yeah. Teresa, I didn't need to worry about PayPal. You do plenty for me, honey. You gave me a great sweatshirt and everything else. My Nashville mug and the other tchotchkes, nice candy and everything else. Well, thank you. Hazel says, as I keep saying, we love it here. You're like a breath of fresh air in the YouTube world. It's so nasty lately. Well, I haven't really seen too much of that, Hazel. But people message me, and people tell me, you know, wow, did you see this last night and see that last night? And honestly, one of the things about being hyper busy is you can't, you don't have time to really tie into that, right? I've been focusing on getting on the road, eagerly waiting to do metal detecting today. I couldn't wait to get out there. I hadn't been out for 5 months. And, you know, my time's consumed with that, trying to improve the quality. You've noticed that the video quality is, I'm trying to get up more 4K video. It's a much bigger time commitment. You look 5'12", 5, I don't know, 5.5. Yeah, okay. I don't know, Nora, but we're going to put you in a timeout until you figure out where your long horses, so I don't often reach into the other side of the chat. But if you're going to spam the chat, you know, 50 were Curly's. I sure remember that. Got your candy from the UK today from a subscriber of mine. That's awesome. I don't know. I put Nora Martinez out of the chat till Nora could figure out what bad food item that she ate that caused her to basically spaz out. Hey, thumbs up or appreciate it if you're just coming into the chat or you're enjoying the chat. Swimsuit model, I can't wait to hit the pool. I'll be disappointed though when you go to Vegas in April, May, at least the cheap place I go. You dip that pool's like an iceberg. All right, just saying. All right. It's a nipply experience. Something different about you. Just looks. I look really. I do, Rhonda. Maybe it's a lack of sleep. Rhonda says there's something different about you tonight. You just look so awesome. Well, you're so cute. Thank you. I think it's a lack of sleep. I order cookies for my mom's to be delivered for Mother's Day. How you doing, Lisa? Good to see you. Thank you guys. I slipped off for some cosmetic surgery overnight. You guys are too much. Maybe I got the wig on straight tonight. I don't know, but I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. It's weird. I was thinking this year, Mother's Day, Father's Day. It's the first year in my life I'm not going to have anybody to call. Right? I'm at the head of the pyramid now. Right? I'm on the launch pad. Right? Countdown. So that's kind of a weird feeling. Well, thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Glad to get your skin looking so perfect. Um, Look, let me tell you. I mean, if you really want me to discuss it, I'll tell you a couple things. All right, if you want to, I'll just let. Yeah, I'm pregnant. Thank you, Aaron. The comment of the night. Thank you, Aaron. God, I love you. It's good to see you in the chat tonight. Number one, guys, is never go to. I don't use. I never understood makeup. I never studied it. My friend Tara has given me MAC brush sets, which are beautiful, and MAC cosmetics and things. But a lot of that is really lost on me. I've never. You guys know I'm a real tomboy, right? I mean, that's my stock and trade, kind of the girl next door with the bib overalls, and the goofy teeth. How y'all doing? But the one you want to nail under the high school bleachers, though, right? But um, consequently, I've never done put a lot of makeup on. I don't understand foundations. I don't understand things like that. But here's what I do understand. When you get older, we tend to consume less water by volume on a day. We increase our intakes of coffees and teas because we enjoy them, but there is much less. Yeah, get that goof out of here. So that's another comment that'll never see the light of day. Thank you. Just boot them out. My block list is so extensive that stuff never sees the light of day. Anyway, it's just a fact of life. People, when they're older, they just consume more hot beverages, which tend to be coffee and tea. And those things are called desiccants. They actually pull moisture out of you more than you put in. So every morning when I get up, I have a zero water container, the blue thing with the nice big, it's a great filter. Zero. No other stuff in it. I fill that thing up to the gallon mark, and I make sure by the end of the day that I have drank that whole gallon of water. That's number one. Okay. Number two is don't sleep in your makeup. And recently, number three, and I'm going to tell you guys, number three is recently, about 3 weeks ago, I started to add collagen supplements to my diet, specifically bovine capsules. You can find them generically. Hey, Craig, yeah, and you have to have some genes too, but collagen. As we get older, the elasticity in our skin becomes less because the collagen that promotes elasticity lessens. The body stops producing it. The skin gets looser. Combine that with a lack of hydration, and it slows your system down. It slows down your liver function. It slows down your kidney function. And pretty soon you've created like a spiral of kind of just a hollowing out sort of thing. So I think, yeah, Joseph, yeah. So I think that the last 3 weeks or so, the addition of collagen, I can tell. Like I used to have, you could see it, and it's really been the last couple days that I really noticed. I mean, in 4K, yeah, you can see crow's feet and things like that, but I think over time that provides great benefit to do some replenishment of collagen and all that. I do moisturize. I use Lubriderm, and there's another one called Aquaphor, which I think is, if you talk to most estheticians, the people that do treatments, and I was lucky enough when I was getting my electrolysis done and the, facial hairs removed and things. She worked in the same office as an esthetician, and the esthetician was over the moon on Aquaphor as a moisturizer agent. Eat more chicken in a can. There you go, John. More chicken in a can. So I use Vital Protein Collagen Peptide. That's awesome. So I think that goes. I think that goes a long way. I really do. It's a very long thing. How you doing, McDave? But so what? Life can be long too. And the last thing is, you guys know I'm super active. Okay, I'm always in motion. If I'm not helping the boss and Janet with a flooring project, I'm working on the van, or I'm cutting the grass on the rancho, or I'm repairing paint that's peeling. Uh, that stuff keeps me so busy. Doing repair projects, doing restoration projects, stuff like that. Walking, doing a lot of chooching and live streaming while walking is getting a lot of exercise. I think is critical too. I'm gonna pull that. It's like just a Rite Aid brand. I'm gonna go pull it out. So Aquaphor is in a tube or a jar. I like it in a tube. AQUAPHOR Aquaphor, something like that. Exercise has been key. I can still sprint, I can still jump. Getting Nike shoes has repaired my knees when I used to have that terrible ache from long walks. You notice a lot of older people when they get older, they start to lose. They can't bend over. If they hear a noise on the right, they have to turn their whole body, or the left. They have to turn their whole body. Whereas if you if you maintain your exercise and activity level, you don't start to freeze up into stiffness and all that. Now some people have RA and terrible arthritis. That's a different story. I get some arthritis that attacks in this joint sometimes, and I'll go to turn a doorknob. Ooh, it's like an electric shock in there. Peaceful heart, yeah, peaceful heart I think is good for everybody. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna pull it out. I'll show you guys. All right. I have to say some of it too is being on hormones and things like that causes a redistribution of fat and things like that. So this is the Aquaphor that I was telling you about. Healing ointment. And my hands are too far gone from too many years. I've still got the finger of doom. That's finally growing out the fingernail, but that's good stuff. Aquaphor, the estheticians swear by this stuff. Okay, because it lasts longer. It's absorbed more slowly. And then the other thing is this is bovine bone collagen. You can also get bone broth they sell too. This is just what I take. Just the Rite Aid dietary. You take 3 of these bad boys in the morning. Best to take them with some protein, some bacon, eggs, something like that. That just seems to bind better. Can you get that stuff in a 5-gallon bucket? I love that, Rio. I love that. Okay, so yeah, this but the Aquaphor is good because I use Lubriderm like in the morning because I don't like the real. This is a little heavier, and but this stuff is a bit heavier, but it's slower absorption into the skin, which is good. So looks like you need. Oh well, thank you, Silver Dime says. Look like you need more aqua. Janet says it's been years since I've been in a Rite Aid. How about a Walmart, Janet? Tell them how long it's been. You can get it in powder. You can get there's chicken. This is bovine. There's chicken. There's powder that people put into their drink in the morning and just stir. There's a million ways to take it. If anyone talks to Cupcake, I will do that. Oh, well, thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate that. So, I don't know. I mean, you look at my 4K videos, oh, crow, but I'm happy. You know, I'm pretty damn happy. So let me go put this stuff back real quick. Get something to drink. I told you guys about magnesium too. Plus, you know, staying in shape and exercising, and you know, just staying in shape. I think is a big component of that. And I went on that keto, and that worked out well for me. I need all that crap for nature takes its course. Thank you, John, for thank you for bringing down the chat. Greenhouse mud. There you go. Oh boy, that's some nice 20-something. Yeah, Tobias. Thank you, Silver. Yeah, how did it work out for you, Yilva? I was going to talk about magnesium. I do take vitamin D, magnesium, 1 baby aspirin every day. On that, thank you, Charla. Yeah, I feel pretty good. I mean, I feel like I'm at my fighting weight on there. Hey, Cobra John, 7 years ago when I joined YouTube, I had leg cramps so bad that Vlogger Puppet, one of his earliest parodies was of me going down. You said let nature take its course. Well, thank you, Jody. See it close up, you know. One of the earliest when Vlogger Puppet, he was called Vlogger Frog at that time, first discovered me. It was Elvis and I and Jory were the first real parodied puppets on here. And one day I was walking my dog along the tracks where the light rail runs. And I got cramps on both of my legs so bad I couldn't walk. And I don't even know if that time if Missy Jen, Missy Jen might have just been there in like 2014, but I didn't have my cell phone, and I didn't think I could stand on my feet again. I'm going to tell you, Twin Sparrow. I'm going to tell you what worked for me. Be careful with potassium. Okay, hey, high watch. You don't want to upset the potassium sodium balance. You don't want to screw up your electrolytes and risk communication malfunctions. Those were so bad, thank God. I mean, you couldn't massage it away. They just got progressively so tight that you swore that your muscle was going to be ripped off the bone. Right? That's how bad the cramps were. You'd be at bed at night and one of them would hit. Ooh, and you just couldn't loosen your leg. It was terrible. You're going hopping down around the floor. You're in intense pain, and then the next morning, you're suffering because of the internal damage that was done. So I went on YouTube. Hey, Madowix, how you doing? I went on YouTube and I looked up leg cramps. Thank God. I found this video, this doctor called Dr. Napoli, Napol. I think he's a doctor of internal medicine. It's not one of these, mail order diploma, doctor, whatever. This is, a real MD. And I watched this video, and it was one of the most fascinating things that I'd ever seen on YouTube, and it changed my life. Couple things that he said. He said, number one, that 70 to 80% of Americans are deficient in magnesium in their diet. Okay, period. Okay, magnesium from greens. I mean, look at people that we know on YouTube. Okay, how much are greens a part of that diet? I know when I'm on the road. I'm going to put up David's restaurant review on the Rosie Murphy channel from Fort Bragg tomorrow. But yeah, they're horrible, Craig. And I'm watching this, and I know from the diets of people with fast food, not many people are walking out of McDonald's with salads or, Burger Kings and things like that. Right, I know what the diet is, pizzas and hey, how you doing, coach, and things like that. So I'm watching this. Okay, okay, here's another. All right, here's another know-it-all. Okay, we're all deficient in magnesium. Then this is the thing that made my wig pop off my head. The next thing he says is, in his opinion, there's a connection between sudden death, heart attacks, and magnesium deficiency. Ooh, had me sitting up. What? Let me roll that back. A connection between sudden heart attack death and a lack of magnesium. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm thinking to myself, shit, I've already got leg cramps. God, what's the biggest muscle in your body? It's the friggin' heart. And what is a heart attack? It's an uncontrolled spasming of the heart. Shit, I'm get my will drawn up, man. I'm out of here. I'm a goner. I told my kids, come over, put a label on which stereos you want which furniture you'd like to burn from the rancho or which you would like to have, because I'm bad gone. Yeah, thank you, Lindsay. That really caught my attention because I thought, I'm halfway there, man. I'm halfway there. This doctor's making a lot of sense. You know what I did? I just watched the end of the video. This Dr. Napoli, like the pizza. I got in the car. Now, this had been getting really bad for half a year. Missy Jen be like, what the hell are you doing, Joe? You sleepwalking? You jumping around? I'm like, God damn, man, I'm ready to throw myself through the window. I'm going to off myself. She said, well, remember, you live in a one-story house. It's not going to be effective to go through when Missy Jen's always very low-key, right? Do it the right way, Rosie. I went out to the store and I bought magnesium pills. Within 2 days, I don't think I had another attack for like 3 weeks, and it was a small one. And I want to tell you guys, for the last 5 years, I've not had any more of those. Once in a while I get a cramping, but I've had no more of those leg cramps. And every day I take 800 milligrams, 500 to 800 milligrams of magnesium. It changed my life. It restored the quality of my life. And I think vitamin D is important to take that too for bone health and all that. So, yeah, Silver says I had a mild heart attack. Yeah, Doris, check it out. Maybe Cheryl can find that link for Dr. Napoli that you all can check that out. It's probably an older video now, but it's just as effective now. It's just as effective. Good night, John. 2 green, 1 tablet, and it provides all that. Yeah, that's cool. Think about our diet. Yeah, there you go, Twin Sparrow. Think about the diet that we have now, right? Think about the basic American diet. I mean, when I was growing up, my mother would make sure that we always had 1 green vegetable, peas, beans, or spinach, something like that, or salads and things like that. 1 meat, and the chicken was normal size. The breasts weren't all like, you know, quadruple D's. I mean, they were small chicken breasts then. And a starch. And we always had abundance of vegetables and greens. Things like sometimes you get shooting pains. It could be arthritis. Protein powder in a shake. So check it out, Double D. Any of you people that suffer from cramps, particularly leg cramps, just be forewarned that the muscles, you know, your heart's the most important muscle. And, you know, how else do we explain, you know, sudden death heart attacks? Well, it's just it's an uncontrolled cramping of the heart, right? It just seizes up. That's it. That's it. Woodwork on shit when I use garden tools. I can't close my hand. I think any of that stuff, you got to try it. Okay? You got to try it. So, that's basically my regimen every day. And I think it's, you know, I didn't really care about... you know, I've never been one to, you know, chase the beauty paradigm and, you know, work on my feminization and things like that. Oh, that'd be nice. But would it be rosy? I don't know. I might just undergo a huge transformation in 2021. I don't know. I don't know. You're welcome, Liz. But do try that. Love being an old bat. Okay, but you know, I'm not going to go down that road with chasing that stuff. I think that good health and, you know, energy and vitality comes so much from your diet and the things that you do internally. Oh, Silver Diamond spent 4 days in the hospital. They were glad to get rid of me. So, yeah, there it is. So, if you want to check out that link, copy that link and look at the video. I mean, that video literally gave me the quality of life back. Now, I get little touches of arthritis and stuff like that. And I'm generally pretty good on a work site unless the boss comes up and blows the air horn. Yeah, apple cider vinegar pills. Good night, EJ. Thanks for stopping by. Yep, we're the same age. Cheryl's like born after 58. There we go. Please save that link. You know, put that in your save to watch YouTube listing, and I think that you will you'll really benefit from that. It's not many. That's the first thing. I grew up and I thought vitamins were bullshit. I thought that vitamins and supplements were bullshit. I watched those infomercials on TV, Vegalife, whatever one. juicing, blah, blah, blah. I'd be looking at the girl standing next to Jack LaLanne checking out her figure. I wouldn't be, I didn't hear a damn thing about juicing and vitality. Okay? The thing about magnesium changed my whole thinking. I'm not one to go crazy with vitamins, but I think that the correct supplement is really, really, it's a quick video. It's not a long video. It's not a long video. And for those who've asked me, some people have said recently, Rosie, we know you're going on the road. You're not monetized, and how do we support you? There is the PayPal link if you care to. I'm not going to sit on a chat and beat people over the head to light me up for like a Christmas tree. I mean, we're not, you know, I'm not stupid to that, and you're not monkeys to be trained out there to do things like that. So I just put it out there. So yeah, arthritis can be a bitch. How you doing, Charles? So yeah, thank you, Elmer. So make sure that you check out that video if you have any kind of cramps or anything like that. And thank you, Cheryl, for posting that on the chat tonight. You were awesome. Hey, Hop Frog, how are you? It's just that really convinced me that proper supplementation, that made me know that I was really lacking in magnesium. Be careful with potassium. A lot of people, I would go to magnesium first, because when you go to potassium, that's why I'm on HRT therapy for being transgender, that I'm on a testosterone blocker, spironolactone that it's called. And you have to be very careful to watch, because that's like a diuretic and things that can, you have to be very careful with your potassium level and things like that. So I've steered away with messing around with that. I went right for the magnesium because it doesn't interfere with the sodium potassium electrolyte balance. Born in 47. There you go, Sharon. All right, there you go. There's my girl. My mother-in-law's hair fell out from some supplement group back when she started. It can happen. It can have some adverse effect on people, but I can't think of any adverse effect from magnesium except if you overdo it, you can get diarrhea. Okay. I found like 800 milligrams a day is fine for me. Yeah, talk to your doctor about supplements. But I'll tell you, do listen to, you're welcome, Elmer, do listen to Dr. Napoli's video, because my leg cramps for me are a thing of the past. Just like I didn't believe, and I mean, Cheryl will laugh at me and some of the, you know, like I never thought footwear was that important. You know, I was wearing those dog pound shoes, those fish heads, right? The A&P, the Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company, A&P shoes, right? I didn't give a shit. You know, a shoe is shoe. And then my knee, I would go out on these chooches in Vegas. And man, by the time I got that last half mile, felt like my knee was exploding, my left knee. Man, I went down to that Nike outlet in Vegas, and I picked up a couple pairs of Nike shoes, and I've worn out the black, but they're black ones. I'm now on the blue ones. But man, all of a sudden I had cushioning, and I was like, good to chooch again, and I was so happy. Yeah, balanced diet. Hey, Freak, how are you? Freak in the sheets here. Yeah, you always told me to get better shoes, and I just blew it off. Now I'm a believer that a shoe is not a shoe is not a shoe. But I'm stupid that way. Okay, that's just the way that my mind, my mind works. That's it. Get better shoes. That's right. Always get better shoes. So that worked out. Hey, Hop Frog, I hope you and Mrs. Hop Frog are well. So I don't know which way the pandemic's heading. I don't know whether it's, you know, I was talking to a doctor today, and he had kind of the same thoughts I did about you know, lack of, you can't get everybody immunized at one time, and therein lies the problem. I think we may have given 10%, 10% of the world's population an initial dose of vaccine. That's 90% of the population. The virus is still coursing through and mutating. And I think that that's the big issue. Yeah, you grew up on kids, Jack Purcell's, all that kind of stuff. Joe says, I blew out a hip because of worn out crap boots. See, that's it too. Yeah, I don't know, Jennifer, and I haven't worn a bra in 5 years. And they're still high and tight. Okay. I reduced my diet soda intake a lot unless I'm working like at the Bosses, and then I'm grabbing one after another down there. But you know, it just depends. Aspartame kind of gets a bad rap, but I have Splenda in my coffee and stuff like that. So I don't. I think it can strip minerals out of bones and things like that. New Balance, there you go, Teresa. McDave said simple things can help health. For example, requires a long walk every day. There you go. Thank you for sharing your vaccines with Canada. I'm sorry that you got the batch that was made in Baltimore, 15 million shitty doses. Good old Baltimore, man. The Johnson & Johnson manufacturing facility there. Long may they reign, right? Hey, Tammy, thank you so much. Tammy's the one that sent me that electric pump for my water jug in the van. It's going to make my life so much easier, Tammy. My world in OKC. She is wonderful. Thank you, sweetie. Love you for doing that. Orange sports bras with padding. I'm all for comfort. How you doing, Elaine? Miss Fix-It Elaine. Good to see you. So I really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. How you doing, Mew? Good to see you. So the doors we now stop travel to. We was shortage of vaccine. Yeah, I don't. Just think about this. Just think about this stuff, guys. I mean, we're now moving into summer. And I think it's going to be the same case as last year. This thing is just going to trend downward. And then because of shit that's going on in India and Brazil and places like that, it's just going to come right back up to the northern hemisphere again in wintertime. I don't know. So I'm imagining that the vaccines, they've already said that probably 6 months they're going to, you know, fold into new variants, and that's okay by me. I created a uniboob. Uniburb, the boob. There you go. See you in your thumbnail. My quirky girl. My mascot on the channel here. So India's 800 million people. It's just, it's a, you know, it's a very stilted country economically. You know, one of those countries where 10% of the people control 90% of the wealth, and a lot of corruption and stuff like that. So on the whole, it's still a rather poor society. So getting vaccines down to those low levels is just inconceivable down there. And that's excellent breeding grounds for variants and all that. Yeah, they do, Joe. They do. They do. But they've just allowed the J&J to go again. I'm not talking about the Johnson & Johnson one is bad. They did slap a warning label on it, but it's very rare. Probably no more statistically significant than adverse reactions in other vaccines, MMR, measles, mumps, rubella, IPV, HPV. You know, the varicella, chickenpox, all of the, you know, you're going to have some people that just have an adverse, just cytonic reaction to it. It's tragic, but it happens. But No, they're not killing the whole J line, just that batch out of Baltimore that was all screwed up. Yeah, they waited a week or so before they stopped India from going in without restrictions. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it's going to work out good, Tammy. I love you, honey. Thank you. Have you or would you? Yes, I would definitely go to India. Yep. Yep, I would definitely go to India, particularly northern India, around the Kashmir, Kush region up in that area. I always liked that area. I've always been very curious about Central Asia. Turkmenistan and Azerbaijan, Armenia, Georgia, those kind of places around there. So, is back pain sports school problem? No, I've never. I've got a strong body, so I've never felt like my boobs pull me over at all. I get complimented on my posture sometimes. What a bunch of bullshit. The sea also causes blood clots. Yes, that's right. How you doing, Susan? Good to see you. Susan Solomon in the chat. Nice to see you. Um, so I'm a little concerned about that. You know, I'm telling you guys, as soon as they if it ever happens that they clear Hong Kong and China, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm on the plane and, want to go. I'm really eager to show you guys my Hong Kong and give you a really first class tour around. I'm sure a lot of shit has changed since I've been there, but a lot of that stuff remains the same. It's a much more repressive country now. I dare say Hong Kong's greatest days are behind us because there's no need, there's nothing special about Hong Kong anymore. Since it's under literal Chinese control, it's no more important than any other Chinese city: Shanghai, Beijing, Tianjin, Nanjing, Liaoning, Chongqing, any of them. It's no more important than any of them. And arguably a much more expensive place to do business, but it's still a delightfully beautiful place. Well, thank you, Lisa. And then to take the jet foil over to Macau, which is the big gambling principality across the Pearl River there. And then to, catch a flight to Honolulu. Honolulu may come first. I don't know. So let's see. Cheryl said 20 million doses of AstraZeneca in the UK, 79 cases of a clot. Yeah, that's. Hey, hipster. How you doing, sweetie pie? The beautiful hipster heaven in the chat. Nice to see you, sweetie. And we got Scottish bopping around in there. Hong Kong, you said the best. They have good, still have very good shopping. But, I have a lot of stuff I would do. I would probably spend a month there. Use that as a jumping off point and go in depth and really show you guys what life is like in a very exotic kind of place, where everything is different. Newspapers are read from front to back, and pages are written from right to left. I mean, everything is backwards. Hey, LaDonna, how you doing? Wow, got real YouTube royalty tonight. We got LaDonna and Hipster, the double headers in here tonight. Woo! So, yeah, Singapore's. I've been to Singapore. I find it a much more sterile experience down there. I love the earthiness of, and I want to say I love the brutality of Hong Kong. I love that chase a buck mentality sometimes, just to visit it and then get the hell away from it. But it's brutal, it's rude, it's crass, it's different. There's a total absence of manners that those who live up in the upper levels, the mid levels, and on the peak just shake their heads at themselves. But that's real street life, man. That's like going to Shanghai. Ultra modern, beautiful city. Probably the most modern city in the world. But man, those colonial areas around the Bund and all that stuff, and the English, French, German, American areas just have all that cool old architecture and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, and Beijing is a world in itself. Oh, and 我会讲国语，所以我去北京没有问题。我去每个地方，right? Get my Chinese sharpened again because I'm dropping back. Maybe I need to drop back in service to the Chinese Communist Central Party, right? So, yeah, you should definitely be a traveler. Yeah, I'm gonna take my chances with vaccine. Exactly, Lisa. I had no hesitation about the vaccine, but I do respect people that have decided not to get it. It's not my place to decide for them. They put that out there. Yeah, Janet said they had their second dose. JG Wentworth. Well, they have loan sharks there. Let me tell you, Hot Frog. They got pawn shops and loan sharks, and they take care of business on the street. You'll find yourself gutted hanging on a meat hook next to a pig. Okay, Liz, that's fine. Do you know the Cowboy Get Up song? I don't have it handy right now. Sorry. Chinese, yeah. So, how you doing, Nature Woman? I have no interest in living unless it's the Caribbean or Hawaii. I think you miss a lot, McDave. Um, it broadens your horizon. It broadens your thinking because living in China for 5 years made me have an appreciation through language of how people think. They're not raised in America. They don't think the way we do. Their language is structured totally differently. And I was able to learn the difference between the Oriental and the Occidental, the East and the West. And it amazed me that this wellspring of creativity, which probably came through thousands of years of capitalism or whatever in the West, was kind of unknown in feudal society, and you didn't have that creative wellspring over there. You had a lot of duplication of things, like rote memorization. You'd be tested on your knowledge, and to a large extent you still are in Asian countries today, how much shit you can cram into your head. In Western society, in the liberal arts tradition, it's not how much shit you can cram into your head, it's how you can interconnect stuff, how you can make connections across multiple disciplines. That's the difference. That's what liberal arts and broad-based educational training. My ex went right from high school to medical school at 17 years old, but missed the whole broadening experience of other disciplinary studies. You just take a national examination, it's off to Shanghai #1 medical school. That's it, right? I mean, but it's just, you don't have the totality of things. Well, I mean, to me, this is the saving of the, of Western culture, which to some extent may be breaking down now with our, lax approach to standards and things like that. That's a real danger here. But maybe a little more creativity, maybe more people, it's hard. You can send Chinese over here to study in university, but it's not the same as being raised in a country, right? I learned that I can go to any country and find a bath. Exactly. Travel abroad. If you can find that side, it seems like McDave, but you miss out. I mean, somebody once said that not traveling is like reading a novel, but only a novel with one page. Okay. It's like reading a book with one page. Okay. I mean, you're missing a big story out there in the world, and it's scary. I know when I hit there in August of 1991, I'm riding in on a bus with my father-in-law. I don't even know this guy, right? And he's just looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I'm it, you know. We're riding down the street, yeah, because he's cheap, right? He won't get you a taxi cab from there. You got to ride the public transportation with your 3 suitcases and shit. And we're going down the street. It's about 110 degrees, 100% humidity. The smells of the sewers and the streets, and people are burning things on the side of the road, hell notes and things. I'm like, oh my God. I think in 30 days I dropped 25 pounds. I think I went from about 160 pounds to about 100 and I think I went down to about 130 pounds in like 30 days, 135 pounds of Craig. Good night, Quirky. Love you. Yeah, Joe, no problem. And I'm just saying for me, it's kind of cool because there is that, and people get addicted to travel. They do. You know, once you become a traveler, you miss that thrill of a new country, a new experience, new challenges and stuff like that. So inside, and make sure you have money. Yeah, make sure you have money. Yeah, it changes your way of thinking. You see a lot of stuff you learned in your country's propaganda. Um, it's an eye opener. It also makes you appreciate, the big thing about they can talk about China and the tremendous growth of China and the economic success of China. But there's one thing that's more precious than that. The biggest shock when I lived in China for 5 years and would periodically come back to the U.S., I just marveled at how, flying over the United States, the Great Plains, the West, the Rockies, the fertile Ohio Valley and the southern southeast United States and the Northeast, our quality of life, the air that we breathe, the water that we drink. We're so damn blessed that we've invested and bit the bullet on pollution and stuff like that. We're so far light years ahead over there. Some days in Beijing and Hong Kong, you couldn't even see down the end where the road curves 2 blocks ahead. The air was so filthy, right? People didn't give a shit what they dumped in the harbor. I'm convinced every time you flush a toilet in these 120-story apartment flats, that just goes right out to sea, right? That's it. So, hey, Betty Smith. Um, And remember, if you get in trouble, you always have. It's the duty of the United States consulates and diplomatic corps, wherever you are. It's their responsibility to get you out of whatever the hell predicament you're in. I've had some dickheads that came over and partied. They pissed their wallets away, their passports, and the United States government put them on on a plane. Much to the delight of the Chinese, they put them on a plane right back home, home again. Yeah, every country has its pros and cons, exactly. We took our young teenage Chicago, they experienced urban life, Uber, museums, walking. Yeah, isn't that amazing? LaDonna, I love, you know, I hate that old Elvis had such a stranglehold on Chicago, but Chicago's a wonderful city. What a food scene. What a just ease of transportation, just straight grid system. The beautiful Lakeshore Drive, LSD. Um, it's incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. I mean, it's wonderful. So that's good, LaDonna. I loved Chicago. Every minute I spent in Chicago. Mr. X was kind enough to drive me around that first night. I got some of my greatest night video in Chicago that night. It was amazing. We do have a quality of life, Betty Smith, that we don't appreciate here, and it doesn't cost us a fortune. Guys, a 400 square foot flat in Hong Kong would be 6 to 700,000 US. Okay, if you could even get a home, and there are some individual homes, they're rare. they're 25 million US. Okay, and the quality of life is shit. You think you're getting rich, you're just working yourself into a early death, right? I mean, sucking in the lead and the fumes every damn day, and the water, and just the just unbelievable. How you doing, Martilio? Yeah, Chicago is great. It's a great city. Lake Michigan, the museums. I love the food scene. I can't wait. I want to really get to I want to get to Chicago this year again. I enjoyed every minute I spent with Mr. X, and I still have the utmost respect for him. Being a prepper, I'm shocked sometimes how the third world having their ecosystem ranked by big corporations, leaving people with not. Well, yeah, that's right. Please don't say the fat man. Not represent Robert. Not. I don't mean represent. It's just like, that's not the real Chicago that's represented by that guy. Okay, that's a very small area of Niles and Morton Grove and those areas. It's only because of me, when I was there with him, that we actually went on and took the red line from all the way up north of Chicago all the way down to the south side. Everybody's like, Rosie, don't go to the south side of Chicago. I'm going to go down on the train. Well, okay. I'm going to take the red line down, then what are you going to do when you're down there? I'm going to go out chooching. They're like their hair standing on end, right? Are you crazy? Yeah, it was a little sketch, but it was a good time. And you can see the live streams there. So, and trust me, Russia is very strict. There you go, Liz. Yeah, same, a little bit here too. I missed you too, Lisa. It's good to see you back in the fold, honey. Good to see you back in the fold. So now moving ahead, is Sunday going to be go day? I don't know. There's somebody I really want to meet in Las Vegas. So I might end up, I don't know what I'm doing. If I'm telling you guys now what my latest thought is, okay? I'm thinking Sunday, Santa Rosa to Reno. Somebody I want to meet there on personal business. Okay, a night or two in Reno. Reno to, I blew through Tonopah and I blew through Goldfield. I don't want to blow through them now. I want to bring you guys, I want to put together something cool in the graveyard there. All right, I want to check out the towns and then roll down to Las Vegas. Okay, and then from Las Vegas to Palm Springs, and then from Palm Springs to Encinitas, and then from Encinitas to Santa Rosa. So it's kind of like running things in reverse. That's my latest thinking. So yeah, thank you, LaDonna. Thank you very much, sweetie. And it's really great to see you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Chicago's a great town. They still do the sales ship. We can help sell. I think they do that. Must be Rip Ram. Is it me? What does that mean? Is it me? Today is Friday. So yeah, I got to help somebody with some tax stuff tomorrow. Then I got to pack and hit the road. I don't have to rush out on Sunday because I'm only going to Reno. I'm thinking about staying at the Morris Burner. I don't know, it might be pretty cool, but I can ban it. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I kind of like the idea of the uh, just hanging out at the Morris Burner there. I think it might, and I'm used to hostels anyway. It's you know, I don't know what I'm going to do. So now I don't know about the first week of May, Nature Woman. It may end up being that way. I don't know. I'm going to try. It's like a Venn diagram. I've got to lay you over top of this other person and then coordinate my travel for that. So, am I looking forward to getting in the sun and good times in Vegas? Oh, yeah. You bet your ass I am. Yeah. Meeting me, Dave. Yeah, I saw her comment, Cheryl. So, um, you can always reach me by Gmail on there, Nature Woman, and I've already know where this other person is staying in Vegas. So I think we're gonna have good times. Good time. Good night, Elmer. You know, it's just best thing you live good there, cheap. Well, I don't. It depends. I got to think of how to put this the right way. Most of China is still highly uneducated. Most of the United States is educated. Now, maybe not to the degree that they were 30 years ago, because I would argue that somebody like Bobby, my friend Bobby, who's 70 something, learn more as a high school graduate than people know when they graduate from college these days. Okay, I just think the standards of education were much higher. You can look at textbooks from the time. There was no dumbing down. There was no curving. Right? You either made the grade or you didn't, and that's how it hurt our society. But most people are at least literate here. In China, the need to scrape out a living is still so tough that people don't have the luxury of education. They just get right into the factories or right into the fields and things like that. So the standard of living is not very high there because of the averages. What you see in places like Shanghai, Beijing, Tianjin, uh, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Fujian, all these places on the coast. Some of these big cities like Wuhan and Chongqing and Chengdu. Yeah, there's more opportunities. There's more money there. But on average, yeah, you can live cheap, but are you going to be one of the people that just burns the coal cakes that look like flowers or whatever with holes in them? Go get your supply of coal cakes and put them into your stove. You're going to be happy with your 15-watt light bulb that's supplied by the municipal power company. Yeah, you're selling your house and moving close to me. Oh, wow. Yesterday was snow and a blizzard. How you doing, Kyle? When people that come to this country and countries like Canada, they're astounded at how good a quality of life that we enjoy here, and how fertile our country is and how productive it is. And you know, I it just went in one ear and out the other when I was younger until I actually was away for a long time and I came home and I'm, God, this country's so green. You know, I went to resorts and amusement parks in Asia. I mean, they were horrific. Okay, at that time, there wasn't no Disneyland. It was just, I don't even want to go down that road. Had the monorail overhead, and the thing would just rattle from side to side, go like this, going down the track, and the you know. and a Mickey Mouse with big hollow eyes. I mean, it was frightening. You know, my kids are screaming going through this amusement park and stuff. But man, you go to Honolulu and it was just like, wow. You know, it's just like just the quality of life for the price is such a bargain here. A house, if you could have one in Hong Kong, a house, or even China in major cities, and if you could have a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house with a lot, you know, you're talking $1 million starter US over there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, BBG squad, I didn't see your message, my man. So that's another message that'll never see the light of day in the chat or the after chat. So have a good one on that. Yeah, Canada's awesome too. I mean, Canada's, what is it? Canada, 90% of the population lives within 10 miles of the border or something like that. So, and there's, you know, the natural resources of Canada are just astounding, as they still are in America. I think most resources haven't even been discovered yet. So they're all great, you know, but we value clean water and all that. Yeah, houses here double in price, right? Love green. Yeah, that was my problem. You know, it's one reason I couldn't. People say, Rosie, you love Vegas so much, and I do love Vegas. I love Las Vegas, but I love it for a short period of time. I love it for like 3 or 4 days, and then, you know, I've had it. Okay. I don't think I'm suited for a real desert environment. To me, it's still too cold in wintertime. The December trip was miserable from it's so damn cold, and you roast your ass off in summertime. So yeah, Ontario, no way to pay that hunk to the 1% who lived in the Canada. Oh well, thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. Thank you, sweetie. Must have better lighting. Must have better lighting tonight. I don't know. Oh boy. Germany's kind of the same way, Elmer. Germany has, you know, an extremely high standard of living at a high price, right? It's a high skill country, right? I mean, people have it's an excellent educational system. There's also trade schools that you can become, you know, certified mechanics. In other words, nobody's going to ride for free. And you know, they just a society that values orderliness and cleanliness, as most European countries do. So yeah, I lived in Hawaii for 9 months. Rhonda, I will spend 2 to 3 weeks in Hawaii, and that will be limited to probably 2 weeks on Oahu only. I think the other islands are cool. I like the island Colleen lives on, the big island. I think that's pretty cool. There's Lanai, Molokai, um, Maui, but they're more like vacation, and Oahu has the concentration of all the big history and stuff there, and all the brutal backstories and intrigue and all that. So yeah, Hawaii will be good. So room in Vegas, the end of April to meet Monkey Boy and Mr. Z. No, I haven't firmed anything up, Sharon, because I wasn't. Hey, Chef, how you doing? I wasn't sure my own scheduling. I may not even get out of here on Sunday. I don't know. I might have to end up just hightailing it to Vegas to meet people. Okay. I'm in kind of a pinch right now. I've already had to push Terror off from June, sadly, because I suddenly remember I've got that Dick jury duty that I was supposed to have December 7th of last year, and they postponed it. That's going to put me at June 7th. And guess when Tara was coming in? I can't escape jury duty, okay? Yeah. Good night, Liz. I like you so much because you don't have a shoot first, Ed. Well, thank you, Kyle. Yeah, I don't, if you don't give crap, why should you give crap? If you treat people with respect on this platform and you stay away from drama, why should you be a magnet for controversy and stuff like that? The mistake people make is they assume everybody's drawn to drama, and no, some people are drawn to other kinds of chats too, and things like that. So I was looking at my friend Days with Jordan, the Lion today, and he had 1,100 people in his chat today. 1,100 people. Not a troll in sight. Not a bit of drama. Just a great guy with a great personality and a good look, sharing his life. And I thought that that was awesome. Yeah, I've managed to evade jury duty for like 10 years. And I'm not going to be able to get out of it, man. And I'm going to be one of these dumbbells that sits on a 1-month trial, sequestered. Shit. Good night, Glasgow. Thanks for coming in. I've gotten out of it for years. Years. I've evaded it. And they've reached the end of the line with me. I tried to get out of the one from December. So I don't feel like I might get COVID. And they're like, what do you do? Well, I work in contract support medical services. No, you're not going to be excused. Yeah, get that name out of here. This GGG. I don't want to ever hear that name. All this guy does is try to come in and promote somebody that's an unknown here in the community that I don't think anybody here would care to watch. Liz, yeah, they're taxing at times, exactly. So they're avoiding sequester. God, I hope so, So I don't know, Cheryl, you must be going out of your mind, with I don't know, March now. We've been a year. You've been 13 months or something. You must be going crazy. Now Cheryl's like, I don't even think I'm going to get to Vegas. And last year in March, she was like, I hope to get there in June. That was gone. I don't know. Most times it's not the government's problem, Kyle. So very few people get locked in. Usually it's a 1 or 2 day service. So sometimes your job will even pay you. At least that's my understanding. Sometime they will even pay you, right? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, almost 14 months. So I feel sorry for you, Cheryl. So I've been lucky. I've been able to do a lot of traveling. I've been in a travel bubble, but it's worked out well for me. So for just the immediate foreseeable future, I'm going to be in that bubble a little more. I envy Wonder Hussey being able to go out there and spend a lot of time in Nevada and places and see some of these towns. That's pretty cool. But my take on things would be different than hers, and it's, I'm still exploring and getting down what I'm still experimenting with my format. I like the fact that I'm producing, trying to do more 4K content. People have noticed a big difference in the quality of the videos and stuff like that. So I didn't even hear what this Santosh ever said. Just boot this guy out of the chat. I heard they don't pay much though. I don't know. Yeah, good night. I don't think all the news is sad, Liz. I mean, just look up COVID-19 statistics and you'll see we've come very far down the curve. We came down the curve last year. It is what it is. I mean, it's just They lived through it in 1918. It was 3 years. We've had 1 year. One freaking year. One freaking year. Yeah, what's going on in Ontario right now? What's going on in Ontario? Because Canada had everything like super under control. I mean, I'm at a loss. They have to allow off for jury duty, but I believe some places will still give you pay because they know that when you go on jury duty, they're going to give you $10 and a meal ticket. Okay, 10 or 20 bucks. So a lot of employers are kind; they just cover the jury duty. So Cheryl said my employer pays us for it's bad, complete lockdown. Okay, well, I mean, Cheryl, how do you explain? And who's ever in Canada? Canada had the, it had this thing by the balls, tight, right under the sack. We haven't had any cross-border. Cheryl's not been able to come to the U.S. As far as I know, no American citizens can come into Canada unless, I mean, I don't know if you can do business in Canada. Probably says F you, you got Zoom, you got other ways. No, you don't have to fly in here to do business. How in the hell does a country that's been in virtual lockdown for 13 months plus, going on 14 months, how in the hell did things get out of control? That's what I'm curious about. They just decided now to stop flights from India. I didn't know that you could always fly in, but did they not require? Like I can't fly into. I could be allowed in. I have my permanent resident card in Hong Kong. I could fly in, but I would be required to quarantine for 21 days. Okay. No exception, no COVID test, 72 hours, blah, blah. No, it's just that. Now, are you telling me that people from Commonwealth countries could just fly in without a COVID test? Yeah, they've been extremely strict. They've been the strictest country in the world. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I know India and Brazil are a mess, Janet. I know that, but it boggles my mind how, um, I don't know, guys, because our governments will never fully get rid of lockdown. You may be right, Painter, an Austrian painter, and welcome to the chat. Thanks for coming in tonight. I think like the U.S., as soon as the news broke that there were people let their guard down, I was watching the lives. Yeah, see, I mean, that's the same thing. People ignoring the rules, plain and simple. It's one region, peeled 4,000 cases today. Okay, no test was required. Wow. Okay, Doris, you hit the nail on the head. And no, Jennifer and both of you did. Jennifer and yeah, the guard goes down, right? Now, last summer we didn't have the guard down, right? We didn't have the guard down, so we could be setting ourselves up for potential catastrophe come fall. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. So, yeah, why would they decide after all this third to block flight? I don't know. I think it's like somebody said, they're flying by the seat of their pants. There's no, and thumbs up are appreciated, guys. If you're in the chat, would you take a minute to hit the thumbs up button? Thumbs up for intelligent chat and little different pace chat, and appreciate it. You cannot fuck with mother. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that, Joseph, that the environmental factors are much more complicated than we've ever been able to suss out and probably never will. There's too many variables. I've worried about global warming and climate change causing an acceleration of potentially terrible viruses and diseases and things. We're not immune to stuff. We're just another animal. I still feel inside that you got the cold from D when you were in Vegas and he was so sick in your mood that you. I think I did fight it off. I got home and I'm like, okay, I feel a little funky, but got to do a morning chooch. Hey, Mayhem, we're just talking about pandemonium, and pansexuality. Thank you, Rhonda. I love my Rhonda. Yeah, thumbs up are most appreciated, guys. Thank you. So stop blaming yourselves and start. I've seen more damage done to small business. I know everyone. Yeah, I would agree with that, Austrian Painter. You're making a lot of sense tonight. Exactly. It's exactly what you could have liquor stores open, right? Remember, our governor in California initially wanted to close the liquor stores. And no, they were deemed essential. They were deemed a comfort essential industry, but yet the bars got nailed, the restaurants got nailed. I told you there's like too many bricks removed from the structure, right? It's creaky. We just don't know what's going to happen. Having a love affair with his 3D. I bet he is, LaDonna. Who else got a 3D printer? Blew me away. I don't know. Somebody else I know got a 3D printer. They're just loving that. Isn't that crazy, LaDonna? Yeah, the flu. They had an article in the New York Times today that the flu was absent. So there's definitely something weird going on. And I got yeah, I got my flu shot last year. Something weird is stalking the land, right? I think Austrian Painter is correct. That case, one of the payrolls of like, and who isn't their job to know? They did, Chef. They've had their thumbs up their ass during the whole. Yeah, marijuana dispensaries and alcohol were critical for getting people. Alcohol consumption went through the roof. Consumption of marijuana derivative products had been climbing rapidly anyway. But on a legalized front, it was exploding upward. It's a coping mechanism. But, I couldn't understand. We had that store here, that thrift shop store. It was called Crossing Jordan. They had like 3 stores across Santa Rosa. And it was founded by a husband and wife that were former drug addicts. And they ran their thrift shops to raise money for drug rehab programs and for short-term housing for people to go into recovery. And they couldn't understand that, say, Target could be open. And I remember doing some videos. I showed you guys the lines outside of Target, the lines outside of Home Depot before last spring and summer. And these people could not understand. If you could go into a Target, why can't we have people come into the thrift shop in just limited numbers? Or we can even put the racks out on the sidewalk. Remember, the city of Santa Rosa is late to the party, so you can have outdoor dining and closing off 4th Street here and all that shit. Right? But you couldn't have that thrift shop. So what did they do? They defied that fines of $10,000 a day till they racked up $40,000 worth of fines, and they panicked and they just closed shop. Okay, I don't know how to argue against that. There were some really stupid decisions that were made, and the legal consequences will roll on for years. Yeah, congratulations, Chef. That's awesome. I'm really proud of you, man. You've just been cranking it out. Chef's just like a machine that just keeps moving forward. I guess if he doesn't have a show on Food Network, then something's wrong with the world. You got a PhD in pain. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I think Chef's having a baby. Ooh, ooh, what a wonderful this way to say Mrs. Chef loves you. She's having your baby. Uh-uh. I'm tight tonight. Yeah, it makes too much sense. It's just, everything was on the fly because it's been 100 years since we had a pandemic. Now everybody came out of the woodwork, the CDC, the WHO, and Bill Gates. See, I told you something bad was going to be coming down the pike, and here it is. They were so busy, with their circle jerk of giving each other high fives and everything else. They were more interested in self-congratulating their prophecy than finding a way forward. Remember in 1918 when the pandemic hit full force, you couldn't even publish anything about it in the newspaper. You couldn't call it pandemic. We were in the middle of a frickin' war. Not once in the whole Wilson administration, Woodrow Wilson, who incidentally led us into war by declaring war on Germany in April of 1917. Not once in his presidency did he ever mention the Spanish flu pandemic. Yet people survived it. Okay. Herd immunity. Herd immunity. Yeah, the thrift shops. I mean, the fucking, pardon my language, the Home Depot's packed, the Lowe's. Um, really, the Walmarts. I mean, Walmarts. They should be sending gift baskets to every small retailer that had to shut down, right? How about just wear a freaking mask, right? So I don't know. I don't want. Hey, computer chick. Hey, grandchild. Okay, very good. Congratulations, chef. I don't want to get Cheryl all riled up. She'll hop on me like a ton of bricks. Selective population. Good night, Dave. Wasn't going to happen. They dropped the ball. The inmates running. That's what I'm saying. We're flying by the seat of our pants. I still think we're in the really early throes of a global depression, is what I believe is coming. And that's something that plays out over 10 years. It doesn't play out over a year. Could I ever become an electrician? Yes, I could. Yeah, Gerald, and good to see you. Yes, I think I could become an electrician. Yeah. It's a lot of theory you have to study. I mean, my best friend, the boss is an electrician, and it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of study. It takes a lot of years to advance from apprentice to journeyman to become a master. It's a long, long ass road. Remember, that's the one trade where you can kill somebody. Okay, plumbers rarely kill somebody, carpenters, but electricians do die, and they try to prevent the deaths of others. So no one's wearing a mask anymore in Indianapolis, Lulu? Wow. Hey, Ashley, you can't even get into a store here still. Was pulled in a biochemist into, oh yeah, autonomous equals mankind is a burden to corporate hierarchy. I don't know. Seems to me like you were saying that, the nature starts to fight back. The Malthusian solution. Go look up Thomas Malthus, Maltuhus, on Wikipedia and some of his theories. You know, things just have a certain carrying capacity, and then like a beehive, it just collapses overnight. It doesn't just suddenly degrade. The whole son of a bitch just goes down in one fell swoop. Yeah, inflation's going to be, we already know it's coming. Coca-Cola reported their first quarter earnings. They're already whining about material costs of metals and things. It's coming. You get the big commodity inflation coming, guys. The big commodity inflation. Sorry, Ashley, you're still sick as death. Well, prayers for you, honey. Love you. Larry Research, that's cool. Is my Scottish leaving? Where in the hell is she? Oh, Dave's giving. Dave has a special kinship. Well, guys, it's been about 2 hours on my chat tonight. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I'm going to get a good sleep tonight. I may go live and do some pancakes tomorrow morning. Might be fun to have a morning stream. I've pledged to people. I've gotten overwhelming requests to do more live things and just do it all, right? Recorded content and live streams. And you have spoken and I have heard. I don't like Bitcoin. I don't like Dogecoin because in one fell swoop, the government can cut the legs right out from under those things. So we're waiting for the billion cicadas that are coming. Hey, Sharon. Yeah, the copperheads like them. I grew up with those. We call them locusts down in Baltimore. So anyway, everybody have a good night. Thank you, Charla, Jody, Scottish, Jen, if she's here, Cyanide Cupcake, wherever you are. The wonderful Cheryl, Mouse Toes, My World in OKC. Thank you so much. Pancakes from a disclosed location. Gerald, good to see you. I hope you're staying safe and healthy. No mask, no service here, and it's Vegas too. I can't walk into any store in Vegas on that either. So Craig, take care. Princess, always a pleasure. Get my good luck, Johnny. I think that you will do fine. Lasagna dinner with garlic bread. Remember, enjoy life too, okay? Eat a little better, right? Watch a little more YouTube and a prayer or two now and then. Yeah, I got the trips coming up. You'll have to roll back Ashley into the chat. Pretty soon I'm kicking off my really extensive travels. God willing, the creek don't rise and the old mule doesn't kick off on the way to the mine. It's going to be 3 on the road, 1 or 2 back, 3 on the road, 1 or 2 back, 4 weeks on the road, 1 or 2 back. So Jennifer, thank you, and everybody else. Always good to see Jennifer. And Shimei, thank you, sweetie. Too long. Yeah, I'm going to treat myself. I think I'm going to have my ass some pancakes tomorrow. All right, good, Gerald. Thank you. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. Anyway, guys, LaDonna, what an honor to see you in here tonight. Thank you. Yeah, and if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, it would be good to blow to that 150 tonight. That would be awesome. I think we had a great chat. Betty Smith in Minnesota. Good to see you. And there's someone's princess. What a great addition that she should chat that she has been. Also on the road, people express an interest more. They like the videos. They like the informational. They like the cinematic. They also want to have more of the van life and life on the daily and things like that. So I'm gonna gradually gear into that as things get warmer into the spring and stuff like that. Now I want pancakes. Yeah, let's treat ourselves. Let's fatten ourselves up a little bit. Anyway, good night, everybody. Thanks so much. And have a good one. And don't forget, if you do want to support the channel, I do paypal.me/Rosie O'Kelly. I don't beat it like a dead horse. People don't have to be trained like monkeys to light up a Christmas tree here. You know the deal. All right, everybody. Have a great night, and thanks so much for stopping by.